Hi, everyone. This is Larissa Gaias, and I am an assistant professor of psychology at the University of Massachusetts Lowell. I'm going to tell you a bit about myself and my work generally, and then describe two current projects. In general, my work focuses on examining how schools and other informal learning environments, such as public libraries, can better support the development of children and adolescents who have been historically marginalized, including youth of color and youth affected by violence. In particular, I work on integrating a racial equity lens into the development, implementation, and evaluation of school-based programs and policies, especially those focused on enhancing social, emotional, behavioral, and mental well-being. I'm really passionate about building collaborations across research, practice, and policy settings to ensure that the strategies, programs, and policies that are implemented in schools are feasible, sustainable, effective, and equitable. I am also really passionate about team-based science approaches and mentorship, ensuring that every team member is able to contribute their unique and important skills to both the team goals, but is also able to grow in areas that are related to any individual and personal goals that people may have. So the first project I'm going to tell you about is Establish, Maintain, Restore, or EMR. Positive student-teacher relationships are critical for fostering short and long-term academic success and social-emotional well-being. However, student-teacher relationships decline during the transition to high school, when adolescents face increasing academic and social challenges. In addition, students of color report weaker relationships with their teacher, even though the impact of positive relationships tend to be stronger for these students. So in Establish, Maintain, Restore, or EMR, we train ninth grade teachers on concrete relationship building strategies to establish strong relationships at the beginning of the year, maintain these relationships over time, and restore these relationships after a conflict occurs. In addition, we train teachers on how our racial biases impact our ability to build relationships equitably. So we integrate concrete practices for reducing such biases when engaging in EMR practices. The EMR program also includes a monthly professional learning community where teachers reflect on their relationships with their students and action plan for the coming month. Our preliminary evaluations demonstrate that this equity-explicit EMR promotes educational and social-emotional outcomes, especially for marginalized students of color and those who start off the year with lower levels of well-being. And I'll also say, although the current project is in high school, EMR has also demonstrated effectiveness in elementary and middle school settings as well. The second project is called the DDAS, or the Disproportionality in Discipline Assessment for Schools. We know that Black, Latinx, and Indigenous students, especially males, are more likely to experience exclusionary discipline relative to white students, often or especially for subjective offenses such as disrespect and insubordination. This contributes to what is commonly referred to as the school-to-prison pipeline. There are multiple malleable domains that are related to rates of disproportionality in schools and districts, including individual and systemic racial biases, student-teacher-family relationships, discipline policy, culturally responsive pedagogy, reactive and proactive behavior management, screening and selective supports, and database decision-making. However, even when a school recognizes that disproportionality is a significant problem, it really feels overwhelming to know where to start to address this. So using the DDAS, school teams can evaluate their current practices regarding the domains that I had mentioned, determine one or two of these domains that may be a priority based on maybe current strengths and weaknesses, school goals, or what might be most feasible or motivating to address. And then schools can use an assessment to action menu to identify strategies or programs that are aligned with those domains and can be implemented within their specific context. We really hope that DDAS reduces challenges to implementation by addressing that fit between an intervention and an individual school context to ultimately reduce racial and ethnic disproportionality in discipline. So these are just two projects that I wanted to share with you all. If you're interested in collaborating on these projects or anything else related to racial equity in school, social, emotional, behavioral, and mental health, either as a student at any level or as an educator or an administrator or as a policymaker, please reach out. My contact information is here, including email address, Twitter, various websites. I would really love to hear from you. Thanks so much.